Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a recap on what I've been doing on my workbench stream, and part of that was I was doing some chores that were not that interesting. Some things like making sure my Trello to Twitch event bridge automatically deletes cards after they've occurred, and some other fixes around that. Another one was my Twitch sort of profiler that automatically switches my stream titles and tags and stuff for Twitch and YouTube. Finally got the refresh token working, so I don't have to do this login step every time I run that script, which I do before every stream. And I'll probably automate that at some point. We're getting pretty close to that. So I also wanted to talk about what I worked on yesterday during the stream, and then even more this morning. I went back to our old Q projects, libmux, qmux, qrpc, and I want to be able to start using qrpc in environments like JXA and the browser, but in order to do that I need a native JavaScript muxing layer. And so libmux is designed to be a C library that you can access with FFI, but we can't always do that, like in the browser or apparently in JXA. So I did originally start a muxing library in JavaScript based on the qmux spec. If you remember, this is basically a subset of the SSH protocol. And when I originally implemented it, I kind of got it all there roughly, but it didn't quite work. And then I decided to put my energy into libmux. So now I'm coming back to qmux, and especially with my experience now working with TypeScript and doing a lot of this async await stuff, and it works. I got it working. And you know, there's a little demo that, I mean, it's pretty boring. It just opens up a stream and sends hello world and echoes it back, and I can start using that with qrpc. Now the problem is I also went back to qrpc and implemented a mock sort of mux transport that's made kind of for testing. So you have kind of like a pair of sessions, kind of like if you're doing like an in-memory socket kind of test. And so I made a test that does that, and so I can use this mock for to test qrpc without having a specific libmux or qmux or anything. I went back to libmux, qrpc on top of libmux, and for some reason it doesn't quite work. So I'm gonna have to dig into that, but luckily, since that's not my focus right now, I can kind of put that off. And I guess I don't even know if I ran this, but oh, it's because it's not quite finished yet. So I'm really close. I need to wrap up. So qmux is made and it implements the session and the channel stuff, but it doesn't implement the listener interface. So the demo is kind of clunky because you use like a Node.js WebSocket library, which has its weird quirks. And then I have to create an adapter that actually implements the session interface. And there are a lot of buffers involved, and you know, the state of a connection is actually I always forget it's a very complicated thing to get right, and there's sort of layers of it here. but it's mostly there. I just need to wrap this up into some kind of like a listener. Maybe I'll do a TCP version because that wouldn't require a third-party library. It could just be Node, and then I should be able to get a qrpc over native JavaScript qmux. So anyway, it's kind of boring stuff, but obviously in the long term this is going to get pretty exciting, having these layers to build on. So that's the update. If you want to keep following along on these projects and tons of other projects, subscribe to my channel, hang out with me on Twitch, and yeah, thanks for watching.